to understand the difference is bridge, okay? If it is too far, it is really hard to understand each other. So bridge means connection. The connection means the mindset try to understand each other. So a strategy for bridging cultural gap, cultural difference is very important to understand each other, especially when we have different cultural background. First, empathy. I give much importance of this term, empathy. In terms of empathy, what is it? It is try to understanding surroundings, the situations in someone else's perspective. That's the empathy. Other people's perspective, other people's point of view, other people's worldview. That is empathy. Before empathy mind, we cannot understand. Without empty mind, it is really hard to understand difference. Also, we have to have set our mind not using stereotypes and prejudice. Okay, stereotype is like this. Okay, the mindset, you don't change. It is kind of opinion, it could be the feelings, it could be thought, it could be idea of certain object that is, it is unchanging. The opinion, thoughts, those things is not changing about certain object. That is stereotype. For example, okay, when I see people live in when I see I don't want to make this example, but this is most common example to understand. Okay, when we see Jewish people, I have stereotype. Okay, Jewish people, they are greedy. They always talk about money. They don't care. They don't care neighborhood. They only care their people. That's stereotype. And then also, prejudice means critical mind is prejudice. You don't give a positive feelings about certain objectives. It is like this. Prejudice, there are war going on between Ukraine and Russia, right? In Russia, there are also many good people living in that country too. Okay, but when we talk about Russian people with my friend, I have prejudice. So I say, oh, Russian people, they are communists. They don't give any help to the world, any help to society. They are not benefit to our, our world. They always like to have war. That's prejudice. Bad impressions, bad opinion about certain objective, certain things. So we have to reduce, we have to prevent having stereotype prejudice. That is important to understand our cultural differences. Okay, yeah. And another important thing is adaptability. Adaptability means adjust yourself to certain setting, certain environment, certain circumstances. That's adaptability. So you need to pay special attention whether they prefer indirect, direct, formal, non-formal, etc. You need to ready to adjust yourself to their cultural background. Like I said before, some cultural prefer direct communication style, right? Mostly Western culture. But I am Korean, I am influenced by Asian culture, right? Mostly Asian culture, we don't talk directly. We use more indirect communication. So once I am in Korean and Asian, when I talk with people in Western, I try to adapt myself to communicate little bit of more of direct communication. That's adjustment of your communication style. A vice versa works same. Okay, other side, Western culture people, they have direct communication style, me, indirect communication style, right? So they also have to have mindset. They need to adjust their mindset. Okay. Sometimes they try to communicate with me in direct communication style. That's adjustment. Also, another important thing is when you meet some people from different country, you need to know some, greeting phrases. 안녕하세요. Hello. What is Japanese? Like konnichiwa, something. Arigato. Something like that. That helps to understand each other better. Also, nonverbal communication, that is very different. That are very important. Okay, same body language has different meaning based on different culture. Okay, I'm gonna talk later. Just one example. Okay, we don't give hand signal. Not very. In Korean culture, I don't point someone, But in Western culture, it is kind of common, right? I don't call my elder, the elder people like, come on. I don't do this. It is very rude, right? But Western culture, it is common. It is acceptable. We have to understand the different meaning of body language. That's a nonverbal. Okay, also we have to use less slangs. Slang is not, common word, right? Like, what is example of slangs? Okay, slang means a special language or words used by some special groups. Slang means not a good image. I mean, in here in LA, there are many different gangsters, right? They have their own language. That is kind of slang. Common people, most normal people, they don't understand. Because in that gang culture, they use their own words that means different. Only they can understand that words. That is slang. So when you communicate with people who have different cultural background, they don't totally understand when you use the slangs of your own culture. So reduce, or minimize, try not to use those slangs. Also, idioms, includes too. Okay, jargons too. Jargon is some industrial, special words like doctors' words, professors' words. Try not to use, even though you know well of those language. But when you do communicate with other people, other cultural background, so try not to use those special words too. Lastly, it is important. You have to have mindset. It is, you have to have kind of tolerance, endurance, the patient mind. When you try to understand the cultural differences. The patient means you need more time, you need more efforts to understand other different cultures. Okay, avoid misinterpretation and misunderstanding. That is also work for reduce cultural differences between two different cultures. Okay, to do this, we navigate cultural difference, we recognize cultural difference, and then we also have to accept the difference. Non-judgmental mind. Okay, your culture is bad, your culture is good, not those things. Okay, your culture is just different from my culture. Okay, I know that, I understand, and then I also accept. That is very important to make good communication. Eventually, to make good connection, good relationships. That means any kind of culture includes diversity. Whatever culture it is, you have to have mindset. Okay, also it helps you participate some kind of seminars, conferences, or education meetings to understand how you can understand, how you can accept when you meet people who have different cultures. Also, you need to better have guidance or mentors who have more experience with certain cultures, right? Okay, let's say I am Korean living in America. I want to do some kind of missionaries, okay, based on spreading the Bible, right? And especially I want to work in missionary work in India. So I just know the Indian culture by the book or YouTube, right? But you know someone who lived in, who did their mission in India like more than 10 years, that could be your mentor. That could be your guide. So you ask how you approach Indian people when you want to deliver the message of the Bible. You ask them, okay, then they can tell you their experience in, the missionary experience in India. Okay, also sometimes we are working, right, we have job in the company, especially in the US, we have many different ethnic groups, we have many different culture, right? So you have to have mind that you want to accept the cultural differences in the company settings too. Professional settings, job environment. Another important thing is it is very important too that you share your culture with others. Okay, sometimes you work in a certain company, right? We have many different people who also have many different cultural background. When you have a break time, when you have lunch in the cafeteria, you brought your Korean food or Japanese food, whatever the food based on their culture. You can share your food with other people, right? That is a sharing. Also, you can also share your not only food, your traditions, any other information about your culture. That is very important. So you let them understand your culture too, when you share your culture. When you share your lunchtime, your kimbap to other people, you share your culture, right? I like sushi. Okay, I meet Japanese people. He gave me a piece of sushi to me. Yeah, that is also sharing the culture, not only the food. this is okay. One more time. Okay. Okay, cultural sensitivity again. Cultural sensitivity means first you have to navigate. Okay, what other cultures, how they different. Okay, culture. Oh, okay, that's culture A. That's culture B. You navigate. Then you recognize. Then you try to understand. Then you try to accept that cultural difference. That is cultural sensitivity. Okay, some other culture prefer hierarchical structure. Some other culture prefer egalitarian culture. Okay. The word is not familiar, right? Hierarchical culture. Hierarchical culture is, it is in the order of rank. Okay. Let's say company settings. No. The army. Okay. Army setting. There's a general, army officials, and then army, general soldiers, right? They are all placed in the rank, highest to lowest, right? So order comes from always higher rank to lower rank. That's, hierarchical structure. Mostly Asian culture are familiar with those, hierarchical, right? Because we have histories of many the dynasties, right? King decide, so people, whatever people's opinions are, we obey, we accept. That's hierarchical culture. But some other cultures, some countries, they practice modern democracies. Egalitarian culture is very common. That means everybody is equal. Okay, that means everybody's equal. Everybody has the same right, same opportunity. Yeah. I'm not saying 100% Asian culture is hierarchical, Western culture is egalitarian, right? Most of them are influenced by those different communication style. Okay, listening style 2. I don't say, when we talk about, I don't say, I repeat this many times, bad culture, good culture. I don't say that things, okay? Only different. Culture is only different from my culture compared to other culture, okay? So also listening style is also different. Some other culture prefer listening, okay? Some other culture, not a listening, but speaking. They like to speak more than listening. So you have to understand the difference. So some other cultures, like mostly, not 100%, not definitely, okay. Some most Asian culture we prefer listening than speaking, right? And other side, Western culture, they more like to speak than listening. This is not working good, okay? Mhm. Okay, one more time, cultural sensitivity. You navigate, you see what are all different culture are exist. You recognize, you understand, you accept. That's cultural sensitivity. Okay. When you interact with people who have different culture, you have to have mindset. Try to reduce gap between two different cultures. So you have to make kind of bridge, to reduce the gap. They can exchange their ideas, their traditions, each other. So we need to have bridge connection. Try to understand their culture genuinely. That means you try to understand their culture without misinterpretations, misunderstandings. Okay, there are benefits when we interact with people with different cultures. Sometimes it gives multilingual benefit of multilingual connections. We understand how we are living with different cultures. So you can have your mind wide open to accept various circumstances, various environments, various settings. Not only focus on only one setting, right? Okay, in that country, that's how they live in their country. In another country, you understand, that's the way they live in their country. So that means we can, broaden our the mindset, perspective, point of view that is benefiting. So once you have that experience, you can have connections, relationships with any other cultures. Okay, also, when we communicate with people, another mindset that we have is respect. Okay, not only you understand, recognize, accept, also you have to respect their culture too. That is very important. Once you have empty mind, empty is someone else's perspective, right? Someone else's point of view, someone else's worldview. Once you have that, you understand their culture, then you also need to have respect for those cultures. Okay, I think today, what TV. Okay, this is last slide about how you make personal, family, friends relationship and professional relationship and cultural, cross-cultural relationships. We covered all about how you make good relationships with people. Okay, today I think today is last day of this quarter. Okay, before we go, I just like to emphasize the learnings in previous lecture. I just want to share some important. This is kind of review, brief review. Okay, I don't want to go until 7:30. Okay, I want to finish a little bit earlier. Okay. So, what is communication? Okay, that was announced at the first time. Communication is understanding. Okay, understanding others' opinion, others' thought, others' feeling too. Okay? Not only knowledge, not only idea. Also, you have to include, understand their feelings too. Okay? Then you share. You share your information, you share your knowledge, idea, you share your feelings with others. That is communication. With understanding, sharing, you try to understand true meaning of understanding, true meaning of that communication. I talked to my wife talked to me. With those exchanging of information, ideas, thoughts, feelings with my wife, I really try to understand true meaning of that communication. Mostly I found, she really loves me. Those things, that is true meaning. Okay, when you do, when you talk to your friend, right? You feel like, he really cares me. You find those things. That is true meaning. He always worried about me when I try to do something different, right? So always my best friend gives me advice, right? So that means, yeah, he really cares about me. He really think I am his best friend. So 3 things: understand, share, true meaning. That is all about communication. The final goal of that communication is what? Make connection. Connection means relationship. Any kind of relationship. It could be personal relationship, family, friend, couple, loving people's relationship. It could be social relationship. It could be professional relationship. It could be any setting. It could be like professional, like job environment. You make relationship with your co-worker, your boss. That includes everything. Okay. Final goal is making relationship. That relationship is strong, not break easily, right? So once you have good, strong relationship, okay, let's say we in this classroom, everyone have good relationship with each other, right? We study some part I really don't understand, right? But pastor has gone for day. You can ask your friend, hey man, I really don't understand this part. Can you help me out understand? That's the outcome of good relationship. You get help from your friend. Also, you give help to your friend. That's final goal of relationship. Okay? Relationship is start with communication. Communication is understand, share, meaning. With those communication, we build connection. We build relationship. It could be any kind of relationship. Once we have a strong relationship, not breakable easily, we help each other. We give benefits to others. Also, I get benefit from others. We care other people. Also, I am also cared by others. I loved by others. I also love other people. That's the final goal of relationship. Okay, one more thing. One more term that I like to share is this one. Okay. When you try, to communicate any other people, try to deliver your message very clearly. Okay? Clear message with polite. It could be, it could be indirect. It could be direct. It doesn't really matter. That's only different style. But whether you use direct, indirect, whatever communication style you use, try to make it very clear. Okay. Also, another one I want you to remember is purpose. There are always purpose, the goal of communication. Why you talk with your friend? There always should be purpose. I'm just trying to make more close, more. I just try to understand more about my friend. That's the goal when you talk to your friend, right? It could be any purpose. So when you communicate, make message delivered clearly, okay? And then you have to have purpose. What's the reason why you talk to them? There should be a reason. In other words, there should be purpose. Okay, I think that's all about the this whole quarters. I'm gonna share one more not a slide. I wanna share one more PDF. Okay. Okay. The slide that I wanna share is cultural taboo. Okay. Same action, same words have different meaning based on their culture. That is taboo, right? So just know, okay, there are many different taboos based on their cultures. Okay, just try to understand. Actually, you don't need to remember. Okay, there are 3 different cultural taboos. Cultural taboo: Korean culture, Japanese culture, Chinese culture. Same action, but it has different meaning in their country, right? Also religious taboo. Muslim, Christian, Buddhism, they have different meaning on certain action or certain language, certain words. Also food taboo. Not only the food itself, the manner when you have, supper, dinner, lunch, right? So people have different meanings. Sometimes it could be offensive, right? Too much. So maybe I can hurt someone else's feelings without knowing those different, cultural taboo. Okay, here are some examples of cultural taboo. Okay, in the US, we tip when you go to a restaurant, right? In Korea, there's no tip. We don't give tip. How about Japan? No tip. So, no tip is common, that's normal in Korea and Japan, right? But in here, that is taboo. Also, pointing someone else's, eventually, actually here it says, chest, that is taboo. But more Western culture, that is acceptable. How about Japan? Is it okay? Hey, you.
Kind of rude.
Rude, right? Yeah. That's the same in Korean culture too. Yeah. I don't know, some Asian, Middle East, that is very rude. You show your bottom of your foot. I never heard it, but there are cultures. They are very sensitive, showing their bottom of your foot. Okay, I think this is very tricky. Eye contact. In Korean culture, I don't do much eye contact with elders. How about Japan? Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay, when I look, authority, higher, authority or elder person, when I talk to them, I look at, I try to make eye contact. They feel like, hey man, you are very rude. That's kind of Korean culture too, right? But I don't know. In here, it changes. Long time ago, it was very rude, but now I think it is kind of acceptable to every generation. Okay, eye contact with authority, right? High rank person. When I talk to them, I high rank people. I don't look at their eyes. I step beside. Yes, I do. Yeah, I agree with I take your order, something like that. That was a part of Korean culture. Okay, so swearing, yeah, it is worldwide. Okay, I swear. That is true. I don't lie. I swear. That is kind of taboo. In the Bible, there's the sentence, don't use God, even don't call God's name. Don't even swear using God's name in the Bible. So I think that is kind of taboo worldwide. Okay, standing too close to a person, that is taboo in America, I think. Okay, in Korea, male friend, female friend, we when we walk, we take friends' hands. That is kind of normal. But in here, that is taboo, right? Are they homosexual or something like that? Okay, birthing also that is taboo worldwide. When you eat, full of food, then you gas coming out of your mouth. Yeah, that is taboo too. Well, I don't know. Some culture it is common. Some people talk about their sexual life, but mostly that is taboo too, right? But some culture, especially Western culture, that is kind of normal. But Asian cultures, that is more like taboo when they talk about their sexual life. Oh, okay. It is very prohibited, preventive. In our culture, eye don't contact with woman's eye. That is taboo. Is kind of true? You leave your office earlier, before your boss leave. That's kind of true in Korean culture. Okay, our off time is, let's say, 6 o'clock afternoon. But my boss is not left. He is still in the office doing his job overtime. So I stay. Is it kind of true in in Japan? Yeah. We share many, same culture. Yeah. Also asking woman's age. especially Korean people, when they meet new people, always ask, how old are you? I really, that's Korean culture, but I really don't understand why we ask their ages. We are very, accustomed. We are very used hierarchical structure. Not, not even. That's the order is based on the knowledge, ability, right? But Korean people, they also use the ages to rank the people in hierarchical structure. That's kind of Korean culture. Okay, late appointment, that is taboo. Some other countries, like Mexico culture, making time, on time appointment, it is less important in Mexican culture. Okay, let's meet 2 o'clock afternoon. So some, Mexican friends show up like 3 o'clock. That's common for their culture. Okay. Okay, man wearing dress, photographing stranger, that is rude. Okay, I think this is important. Now, there are many YouTubers, right? They take their cameras to public, they take picture. I think that is kind of rude. We have to respect their privacy too. So without their consent, I take picture, I film, then I upload it to YouTube. I think that is problem too. When you do that, you have to kind of, make a censor, their faces, right? We have to do those things when you upload the films to YouTube. Okay, yawning in public, bribery. Okay, give some, money, undertable money. Yeah. That. Okay. Yeah, joke about sex and race. Yeah, that is taboo too. Okay, putting your hands in your pocket. I think that is common in America. I don't know, some culture that might be taboo. So wearing shorts, that is taboo in Morocco. Showing your shoulder, that is taboo in many Arab culture. Okay, most Asian culture, hand touching is taboo. Okay, wearing shoes indoor, that is common in Western culture. But Korean culture, we take off our shoes in the house, right? Spitting is also taboo. Some culture, it is illegal. Like, I don't know, maybe Singapore? Yeah. Public nudity, that is taboo. Polygamy is taboo. Some culture, that is accepted. Working on Sabbath, that is taboo for Jewish people, right? Homosexuality too, also, that is taboo. That's based on religious taboo. Abortion, adultery, bestiality, eating pork, yeah. Some, Judaism, Islam, they don't eat pork. Yeah. Display your hair, female, that is taboo. Birth control, premarital sex, that's taboo to interfaith marriage. That is also taboo. I didn't know that. Okay, Catholic marriage, Catholic. For example, Catholic never marries Christian. Not Protestant. Yeah, something like that. Or Muslim. Okay, now there are many food taboos too. Oh, eating horse and dogs. Oh, okay. In some culture, it is taboo eating horses. And then Korean culture, now it is finally in Korea, it is illegalized eating dog. In Korean culture, many people, we have many years eating dog because it is really good for our health. But now it is finally illegalized. Okay, placing your elbow on the table, yeah. Drink alcohol, that's Muslim culture, right? Taking drug, yeah. Chewing your mouth open when you eat. Some people make sound too, right? I don't say it is bad, but some culture it is really bad. Okay, halal, yeah. That's Muslim culture too, right? Kosher, that's I think kosher is Jewish culture, right? Yeah, fork use, chopstick use. Yeah, there are cultural difference. Okay, leaving food on the table. Some culture it is rude. Some culture it is not rude. Okay, sitting at the head of table. Okay. When we have group meeting, there are always boss's chair. You don't sit on there, right? If you are not boss, yeah. So some culture that is very important. Okay. I don't know. Eating with your fingers, most the Arab culture, they use their fingers. Indian people, they use their fingers when they eat, right? That is normal in their culture. But like in Korean culture, we don't use finger. We use chopstick, spoons. Chewing gum too. Talking business, dinner. Oh, okay. That is rude. Discussing politics at dinner, that is rude too in some culture. Yeah. Discussing religion at dinner too. Yeah. I don't say bad or good, okay? In some culture that is taboo. That's what I'm saying. Eating before everyone's at the table. Okay. I think that is kind of good manner to keep. Okay. When everybody is ready and then they are all sit on table, then we can start it together. I think that's good. Yeah. Manner to keep. Okay, eating before you say grace. Okay, in Korea. 잘 먹겠습니다. 감사합니다. What is Japan? 이타다키마스? 이타다키마스? Right? Yeah, when you eat, yeah. Yeah, those things. Yeah. Okay. Yes, I think. Yeah, that is all about today's lecture. Okay. Yeah. This quarter, yeah, we finish everything. I think next quarter starts February 26th. I think.